If you look at young Singaporeans today, they've grown up in one of the richest countries in the world. They don't really believe that Malaysia is a threat. Indonesia is not a threat. What do you say to them?
All this?
I had a conversation with one very articulate one last night at dinner, and he mirrored what people say over and over again. So how do you, first of all, it happens to be true that these threats have diminished in objective terms. How do you maintain the pressure and the sense of drive? Look, I'm asking a question in a sense that every rich parent wonders about with his children.
It's a real challenge. The threats have changed, but in fact, threats have not disappeared. You may not think of them as existential threats in the sense that an army will come and invade you and take over you. But can your cheese disappear? Yes. Can your lunch disappear? Yes. Can your business go somewhere else very rapidly? It's entirely possible and something which we worry about all the time. We are the second busiest port in the world. Shanghai is the busiest. They came from nowhere. Why are we the second busiest port? Not because we generate the business, but because we are efficient and transshipment cargoes come to Singapore. From very far away, they used to come from Chennai in India to Singapore to be transshipped in order to go to Europe. It makes no sense. A few thousand miles to the east and back again, but we can provide a service which obviously nobody else more conveniently placed can. Why can we do that? Because we are performing exceptionally. And we need to keep on being able to do that. Otherwise, somebody will move our cheese.
But how do you maintain and instill that drive, that sense of...
I think the young people are hungry. They want a better life. They want the careers to advance. They are very driven. What is not so much there is what is very difficult for us to convey, that in fact this place was vulnerable and remains vulnerable. And I give you one very telling small example. You talked about race and religion and those dangers. So we now have a Racial Harmony Day celebrated in our schools once a year on the day of, I think, in the middle of July. And I went around to visit a school one day, and we had put up an exhibition, and they had trained the kids to be docents. And the kids took me through the slides, and this is how we were, and these were the riots, and these were the strikes, and these were the things which happened. And at the end of it all, this young boy, it must be about 14, 15, asked me, he said, "When you were in school, did we have Racial Harmony Day?" I said, "No, when I was in school on that day, 1 year, we had a riot." That's why you have Racial Harmony Day. So, in a way, he understood all of the slides and the displays, but in a more fundamental way, how can I make him understand what it was like 40 years, 50 years ago?